What's up, YouTube? So, I got a new update. I haven't really posted anything on YouTube, but I picked up this 1994 two-door Blazer. Uh, well, the plan is to get it back on the road. Originally, what the previous owner said was, I think the engine blew a hole through the case, which is actually, now that I see that, it explains why there's so much fluid down there. But I already got another engine, a donor engine, a new heart for this truck. And honestly, besides the fact that it has that engine problem, everything else is solid. It has new brakes, the wheels are brand new, tires are brand new, the interior is perfect. I'll post more about that later, but honestly, it's a really solid truck. I got this for really cheap. I'm not gonna say how much. The tailgate has a big bit of dings, but I don't care about that. The interior itself is perfect. You could tell from there, but the dash is a little cracked. Um, but that's the least of it. I'm not really worried about that. I wanted the truck itself. It has a lift kit, a body lift kit, a 3-inch body lift kit. That's why there's such a big gap, but I don't want that, so I'm going to delete that. I want to go back to stock. I kind of like that lowered, aggressive tire look. But yeah, I'll be posting more videos about removing the front and just getting this baby back on the road because I don't like it sitting here. I need to drive it. Alright, so we're going to start by taking off the front grille. Eventually, we're going to take the front bumper off. Like I said, the truck itself is fine. It's a solid performer. I have the engine right here. I already refreshed the water pump gaskets, the intake gaskets. I got another intake because the one I had was really crummy. Reset the distributor and the timing back to 0, so that's perfect. I did the new timing cover gasket, then I did a timing cover, the harmonic balancer seal. I also did the oil pan gasket. And finally, the rear main seal, which is a pain in the ass to get to. We had to remove it off the stand to be able to access it. I was like, why? It's twice the work, but it works. So I'm going to be reusing the bracket from the truck itself because that one's still intact. The AC still works. I don't want to mess with the hoses. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to unbolt it from the block, drop the new block, and then rebolt it back on without removing anything. Prevents a lot of headaches. I still need to seal this. I mean, take it back off so I'll do it. Oh yeah, I got a new thermostat. I'm gonna get a new TBI gasket. I have that already. What else did I do? I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, and a valve cover gasket says it was grimy because it was leaking, and I resealed it with RTV along the intake manifold, so that should be good. It's all torqued to spec. I didn't mess with the manifolds because then they shrink over time, and then they're a pain in the ass to get them back on. So I left them as is. If I need to do it, I could do that on the truck. I do need to bust out the welder because the stud broke in here, and I need to weld a nut on there and then just take it off. But the rest of them should be fine. This is my 88 CV200. I converted to a 5-speed. I'm still not done with it. I need a new condenser. As you can see, it's all beat up. But that one eventually will be done. Back to this truck. Besides that, the plan is just pull the engine, leave the transmission in. I got a load leveler, and drop the new one in and call it a day. I have a new torque converter somewhere down here. Yeah, right there. I was like, I figured since I already have the engine removed, might as well do that, and that saves me the issue down the road. I'll just drain all the transmission fluid out, and it's a new torque converter. Well, other than that, let's see how this goes. I need to start taking this front clip off because we're going to take the whole core support off. Just makes it easier to go in and out. We're going to go in dry, so we need that extra access. But all right, guys. So, by the way, Milwaukee's the best. So we're removing the whole front clip. I already got the bumper off. I got that little splash shield that goes right here, and I was putting the screws back in. Just putting one screw in just so I know where they go, and then I see this guy down there. I'm like, that doesn't look good. I don't know what this is from, but I'm pretty sure this does not belong in there, right here. So I guess as I go on, I'll start figuring out what this is. I think that looks part of a piston, or if it's not from anything, then fuck it, great. But this thing looks all marred up, and this Engine has a bunch of rod knock sounds, so I'm not ruling out this being part of the engine, being that the engine is all the way back there. So, by the way, it has a body lift. That's why this bracket looks weird. But all right, let's see what else we find. Okay, guys, so an update. I was mentioning this, and I was looking down in there, and you can see it from right here. Right there, that's the oil pan, and there's a hole through it. That's where all the liquids are coming through. So my guessing that is a piston, and that's where the rod poked through the oil pan, and well, we got all that. But all right, let's see. Okay, upon removing more of the skid plate area, I looked at the oil pan. You can see all those little bumps. I'm guessing that's when we turned the engine over. Like that rod kept beating into the pan. All right, this is gonna be great looking in here. Let's see what else I find. All right, so we got the whole front end off. The block ended up having a hole right there and a hole over there. So you can see it. So now we're gonna take this engine block out and start working on getting this new one in. And if we don't, it's because it's that guy's fault. All right, guys. So we got the engine out. We blew it, reversed, flushed the heater core since the coolant was awful. It had oil mixed into it. We thought we kind of messed up. We thought it'd be easier just to pull the engine out, but unfortunately we kind of broke the bell housing right there. We're still gonna run it, but it's still kind of like it's a bummer. We took the engine mounts out. The old ones were kind of crummy. We're like, we already got some new ones, might as well put them on. The engine bay is disgusting, but right now I'm in a rush to get this thing going, so I'm not gonna clean it right now. Yeah, we're gonna need new AC lines. I already got a new condenser, a new radiator. It's Christmas, so it's close. I can't pick it up. So today the name of the game is just to get this thing back in. Yeah, for the most part everything looks good so far. We have the transmission on that jack. We might drop it today just to reinstall it all together as a unit. We should have pulled it out as a unit, but you know, live and learn. A good hack though, if you have a sloped hill to move these things and it's immobile, is to put some chains on it. I got my truck that's planted over there, so I got my winch, my worn winch, so I just kind of pull it back and forth with it. Saves my back. I'm not gonna break my back for this truck, at least that far. So that thing's a very big help. But today, hopefully we can get the engine in. I'm gonna probably work on the engine mounts right now. That way by the time the guys get here, it's already done. But let's see what else we can get done. All right, guys, so we got I got the motor mounts installed. I gotta tell you, this is a lot easier to do on the K1500 than the C1500s. This one, at least you could get underneath here, and there's a gap over there you could put your hand in. Same with this one. Actually, this one's easier than that one, but yeah, that was pretty simple. I gotta wash my hands because it makes it all greasy, especially since that engine blew its guts out over here. So there's grime and everything, but that's one less thing we have to do. So all right, push forward. All right, we didn't record any of the install, but we got the motor in, a new Jordan. Shut the fuck up. But all right, so we got the new motor in, pretty much a bunch of whole new fucking components. Are we missing a cap there, or is that supposed to be like that on the high pressure? Or is that low pressure? AC line? Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, we got. This probably took the whole day from 10 o'clock up until what time is it right now? I don't know. 5:30. Yeah. So we're gonna finish servicing the fluids. We're gonna put the whole front end up and turn it over. Hopefully it turns on. If not, I'm gonna pull my hair out. All right, guys. So we finally got the. Oh yeah. So we got the engine in, new torque converter, everything's serviced. The timing has been set. Timing was set at 0. Fucking new everything. Everything's pretty much. Any gasket that was there is brand new. We have a new radiator. We have a new power steering pump. New water pump. We have new everything, and it's just purged now. Like, we're good. Project's done. The Blazer could be back on the road now. If anything, we just gotta do some suspension work, some brakes, but you know, that's, you know, just roadworthy shit. But powertrain wise, she's golden. She turns on first pull now. Alright, so it's the next day. The truck is all tucked back together. We still need to get the front bottom bolts, I mean not bulbs, but she's all together, the hood is lined up, all wired up. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is let's open the sucker up so you can turn it on. I said the interior's in really good condition in this thing. So there's a bucket seats, power windows, a manual shifter. So let's give it a try. I love it. We set the timing exactly where it should be from the factory. There it is. Turns on like a champ. And this was from having an engine that had a rod knock. But actually the rod punched 2 holes through, as you saw in the pictures, but starts like a dream now. Alright guys, thanks.